unsung narrative. Young, dumb American, arrogant, throwing fits, ripping shit, tearing it, imperative. Then I'm killing this mic no matter where I live. These derelict rappers acting a fool, this embarrassing is flagrant. That's the nature of this entertainment, and we can't even change it. Guilty before arraignment, now the system tainted. But when we speak, they all laugh at us. And y'all wonder why I'm lacking trust. Try to fight a giant with attorneys that can back them up. That's church versus science, both sides start acting up. I'm late on my assignment, hopping up a mile high, climbing, obviously never silent. New alignment, I'm defined, cannot describe it. Used to describe it as a young graffiti artist. Before the beard, I always got carded. At every bar, even though my bar has been the hardest. The scars on my face said I ain't always been the smartest, but I'll show you where my heart is. I said I'll show you where my heart is. I can show you where my heart's at. See it on my sleeves, even if the beat stops my soul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday. Hanging with the fellas, little sports nonsense and whiskey. Pinky,
It's sports
Robert.
this evening, gentlemen. It's
Cheers,
just sports
good
this
sirs.
evening. There is no nonsense this week, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize. We've got too much to cover with sports.
Got a lot.
Poor bastard acts like he doesn't have a platform to share nonsense on.
Dude, I need to talk about stuff. I have.
Nobody's
I need to
stopping
be making
you.
some videos. Oh, I'll be throwing some stuff together when I'm in Orlando. Have no fear.
This guy could be filming himself and typing up things, and I'm just saying, nobody here is like, whoa, you do too much.
No, I know. I know. I just there's so much that
You're
too
right.
much.
There's no nonsense in what we consider to be our traditional sense of nonsense, i.e.
Not this week.
everything outside.
There's
sports.
plenty of nonsense to talk about that will have to be coming in post this week.
There will still be people who say we're talking nonsense.
Yes.
But
yes.
our sense
but
of
the
what nonsense is
nerd pop culture topics are will be tabled for a week, maybe two.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We'll get
Yep.
through it. There's things that will be posted, and it'll be okay. Tonight is our annual mock draft. We do one.
Can't
That's
believe it's
it.
that time again.
Normally we like to do it the week of the draft, but due to
Travel plans.
us living by our words and taking advantage of life and family and friends and those moments within our circle, we will only have one of us here next week. And we are not going to do a solo draft. That's not fun and entertaining for us, let alone you guys. So,
But it'd be fun for you.
yes, I would have a grand ball, no doubt. That would not be. I'll wax poetically to myself and not have an issue for sure. But we do enjoy doing this together. Pinky and I have done this now 5 years in a row. But we've been buddies for a while and have talked about it for even years before that. So here's the rules. Our disclaimer, if you will. We draft the draft as it is the day we do our mock. So whatever order the draft is in on that day, that is the way we're going to draft. We don't do trades. We don't look at those scenarios. We will discuss it as we run through things, but we're not going to do any actual trades. The other part of that disclaimer is this is not our projection of what the draft is going to be. This is our mock draft of what we believe if we were the GM of that team, they should be doing on draft night for the first round. Okay? So this isn't, oh, you guys got it so wrong. We're not trying to project what the pick is going to be. We're telling you what we believe the pick should be and why. So those are the big disclaimers. Pinky, am I missing anything?
No, other than let's have some fun.
Yeah, no, you're forgetting two things. One, you all are trash. Two, you're gonna get it wrong, and that's it. I'm just kidding.
That's not wrong. That's right.
Pinky and I trade off. Robert mediates and plays the draft board time clock, if you will, to an extent to make sure we stay somewhat on task. And we go through the first round. And that's the way we lay it out. So, Pinky, without further ado, how do you want to start this? We rock, paper, scissoring. Do you have, because the Broncos don't have a first. Normally, ladies and gentlemen, I'll give you a peek behind the curtain. when the Broncos have a pick, Pinky specifically lines it up such that he's the one that gets to make the Broncos pick.
Absolutely.
They don't have one this year, so I'm curious as to what his deciding factor was as to who gets what pick this year.
Ooh.
I will defer to you, my friend, and let you take number 1.
Dang.
Which is probably the easiest one there is, and I think Caleb's frozen now. That's fun.
Oh, Caleb, we lost you. Oh no.
Should we kick him out for a sec?
Yeah.
Kick him out. See if he comes back.
No,
Nope.
he's lost.
He's lost. All right, we're gonna just suspend reality for a moment. He might have to log out, log back in. In the meantime, I'm gonna give a shout out. I don't have whiskey this week, but this weekend the boys came over for some wrestling.
Yes, we did.
I did tequila infused pineapples, tequila, orange juice, lime juice, and then pineapples, and it's really, really good. There he is. Let's see. Is he back? He's back.
I don't know what happened there. I apologize. Everybody went blank, and it kicked me out all of a sudden. So
No, that was Pinky. Pinky kicked you because he thought he could revive you, and it just didn't work.
All right, so Pinky went first on the clock, I guess. Fernando
No,
Mendoza with the Raiders.
You, sir.
Why me? Why me?
I'm feeling generous.
I feel like I know where this is leading, but okay.
Wow.
All right, let's see if it plays out that way. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Raiders, I would take Fernando Mendoza. I think this nonsense that people trying to talk about somebody else being better than him in the draft is ridiculous. I think he'd be one of the top QBs in any draft. I don't think he's getting enough credit for his point guard ability, IQ, and delivering the ball where it needs to be, when it needs to be there, and being able to put up big numbers against weaker opponents or grind it out against the best. And the dude has that innate it factor that you just can't teach or train. So I am fully on board long before the championship game. But if that didn't solidify for everybody else, I just don't know what else would. So the Raiders, and I think they're doing the right thing. Sounds like Cousins might start. Let Brady and Cousins and everybody in the building mentor him, bring him along. And if you think he's better at some point, let him go out there and ride and be that leader. He's got that Peyton Manning kind of poster boy, goody two shoes leadership kind of, I'm always going to say the right thing because I just have this down better than anybody else feel in the best way possible. I don't say that as a knock. I say that as a great quality for a leader of your organization and franchise and everything else. So congratulations, Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. And I think based on some of the talent you already have there, that could be a pretty nice building piece.
So this is the most, the Raiders at 1 is like, they're not even keeping the secret. Kirk Cousins is already talking about watching film with Mendoza.
Right.
And like they're not really, Mendoza's getting picked.
That's the worst kept secret is what you're saying.
It's a lot of the times we know what teams are going to do at 1. It's nice when we have that intrigue of like, oh, maybe they won't draft him, maybe they'll draft someone else. But I mean, the last couple drafts we kind of know who's going number 1. So which is why I gave that pick to Caleb, because that's no fun to talk about. So doing you dirty. The draft starts probably 2, 3, 4, and 5. All 4 of those teams could trade out. Like we talked about, we don't do trades, but we could see it. There are a limited number of what teams think are blue chip players. So that's where you could see some things happen in the first couple picks. Jets are in a position, like they can't do anything wrong here. Anybody they pick is probably good. I mean, they're going to ruin them, but whoever they pick, they need everything. So, Robert, you can easily throw Arvell Reese, who is projected as the best pass rusher in this draft, to the Jets. And we will move along.
All right, Caleb, on the clock.
So I think
you need to get some timing music or something next year.
I think Arizona's in a kind of one of those situations where they would like to get a franchise quarterback, but you're not going to draft it in this draft in the first round, in my opinion, outside of Fernando Mendoza. So you're not going to look at drafting Ty Simpson here by any means. You need spots filled on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, I would say. So you can really go with, best available dude here. It would not surprise me at all if you saw Arizona or the Jets trade back here. If somebody fell in love with one of these pass rushers, from Arvell Reese to Bain to
Bailey.
Bailey, David Bailey out of Texas Tech there. So it wouldn't surprise me to see maybe somebody trade up a couple spots and them trade down a couple spots just outside the top 10, maybe even, depending on what the scenario looks like. But if I'm Arizona, I'm going to start looking towards the future. I think you already have some nice pieces on both sides of the ball that are young, and you can start building around if you choose to, I guess is the way to look at it. And I think they can kind of look towards next year and some of the free agents and potential draft for their quarterback of the future. And they'll be able to have the pieces in place already to do that. So I'm going to go offensive lineman. And I'm going to go with, I think the dude's just a dog. And I always say his name wrong, Mawaga out of Miami. He just had an interview where he said there is 5 positions on the offensive line. One of them's mine. I don't care which one. Like, legit, if I can get a dude like that who wants to come up on my team and play instantly, right away, hit the ground running and just be a dog, and it's offensive lineman, which, Pinky, you know how much we love the lines, right? So the trenches. I think that's a great pick for the Cardinals at 3 to continue to build forward.
Yeah, Cardinals can't do anything wrong, really. They're in that Jets need a quarterback of the future. Cardinals need a quarterback of the future. There's not one here. Keep building up your team. Man, we're gonna go so chalk here, but I just think it makes sense. It makes sense. It just makes sense.
Nothing about it makes sense other than people keep projecting it and forcing it to Tennessee. But okay.
Well, now hear me out. A lot of people, and I would argue that you probably feel the same way, that Jeremiah Love is actually the number 1 player in this draft, period. From a talent perspective, generational talent, he's that guy in this draft.
I'm not drafting a quarterback, though, either, if it's the most talented person in this draft. Just because it's the most talented person in this draft. They have no offensive line. They have nobody to throw the ball to. But you're going to get a running back to go ahead and solve the problems. Like, I don't see it. Like, to me, it makes 0 sense for Tennessee.
Well, it made 0 sense for the Raiders last year, and it happened anyway, so... Again, I think the Titans are taking Jeremiah Love. You said...
think they are, or you're taking them? Remember.
No, I think they're taking Jeremiah Love. I think that is what is going to happen.
I'm not worried about what's going to happen. I'm saying, is this what you would do if you were the GM? Because that's what our draft is supposed to be.
Man, I don't really like a lot of these guys at 4. I don't think any of these guys are like complete absolute must-have studs. So give me a generational talent at 4. Jeremiah Love, lock it in. Like, I just don't like. There's just not the players. Like, normally there's a bunch of players I'm just like, oh my god, I'd love to have that guy on my team. I'm not feeling it this draft. Moaga would be the guy, but like, yeah, I watched him at Miami. I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. I would love to have Moaga on my team. That's a great pick. But he went to the Cardinals. Like I would have picked him, right?
Fair. I can kind of see where you're going with that. There's some other offensive linemen on the board. There's some wide receivers that your young quarterback would like to maybe have one to throw the ball to finally. And I get it. A run game is arguably the quarterback's best friend, but if everybody knows all you're going to do is run the ball and you're gonna, wear the tread off him in the first couple of years, it's gonna be brutal. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out.
Seriously, I need to get like the How to Be a Millionaire music and like bum, bum, like come on.
The Giants have a couple opportunities here, and I'm picking between three guys here, Pinky, to be honest with you. I like the idea of adding another receiver opposite Neighbors and Carnell Tate. I think that dude can be a 1. I think he's got some serious potential. I like the idea of also Sonny Styles. I know he's an inline linebacker, right? Middle linebacker more so, maybe than a pass rush. And I don't know what people seem to forget about how when you have one of those, your whole defense elevates, a la Luke Kuechly, right? And there's plenty of other examples. That's just one that always comes to mind. That's not a pass rusher. That is a linebacker that calls all the plays for your defense and puts everybody in the right position. And is just so brilliant at making sure you're always doing the right things. And that's invaluable. And so the idea of having him on that defense with some of the talent they already have is a scary idea, because I think he could be a huge addition. And then the last one, honestly, is Freeling, the tackle out of Georgia. And giving, that run game, and Scatabo looked like he could be a dog potentially. Dart already looked like he could sling it even without Neighbors there. Maybe adding some of that to the offensive line is the way to go. I really struggle not to do the offensive line, but I think there is some depth in this draft that may not be high end, but quality starting still later on. I think Sonny Styles could be special at that linebacker position, and allowing that defense to just elevate to another level. And I think that would be where I go with this pick, even over Tate at this moment. Sonny Styles.
You said 3. That was 2, but okay.
Locked
it in. You said 3, but we're moving on.
I did talk about 3.
He did.
Okay.
You missed it.
I must have missed the third name. It's fine.
You were listening to that music in your head.
I was. Straight up.
No hate there. All right. So the Browns.
Who's taking the Browns to the Super Bowl this year?
The Browns are in a really interesting position. Their offensive line is awful.
I love that it says they need a quarterback. That just makes me laugh.
I mean, they have 3. So essentially,
but they need another one.
They need a quarterback, but this is not the draft to go get one.
I think Shadur's going to be just fine if you give him what he needs.
So this is a dilemma for the Browns. Now they have 2 picks. So they've got to go. They've got to get an offensive lineman, and they've got to get an offensive weapon. So there's a risk here. Do you go get an offensive weapon and then come back and get the O-lineman, or get one of the better O-linemen and pray that a wide receiver or tight end that you like makes it there to the next pick? So, Robert, can you do me a favor and just scroll down the teams real quick so I can see when they pick again?
It's 22?
24.
24. All right. Well, no matter who's playing quarterback, they can't throw the ball if they don't have time. So go ahead and slap Monroe Freeling to the Cleveland Browns.
Oops, shit.
Their O-line has been bad.
Oh, no, what just happened?
You got it. You got it.
Oh, I can't do undo of the pick. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, but you picked the right guy, so it's
okay.
Fine. So, yeah, end of the day, Cleveland needs everything. Their O-line was atrocious last season. Not many quarterbacks could make anything happen with what they had going on. So, there we go.
Solid.
Boom, boom.
This is where it gets interesting. If it falls in this way and you have Bain and Bailey both sitting on the board for Washington, given who that head coach is and what he likes to do.
Cody.
Bane's kind of proven. I think people are forgetting how good Texas Tech's defense was this last year. I'm gonna go. I think David Bailey has slightly more upside, more prototypical size, speed, arm length, all that good stuff. I think he's got a little bit more freak in him than Bane, maybe just a little bit. I think Bane's going to be really good for a long time, and you're going to see, if they play both to their full potential, Bailey be right there just a little better. I'm going to go with Bailey for Washington. I like what that potential is with. I mean, that head coach. Either one of these guys would be insane coming off the edge in that system. And it would allow them to do a lot more with what they already have there. So I'm going to go David Bailey.
Yeah, Bane's got some legal stuff that's come up recently.
Yeah, I was just going to but that could cost him to literally legitimately fall a little bit here.
I mean, it's the same kind of thing that Jalen Carter dealt with as well. He was cited for careless driving in a car crash that led to somebody else's death.
Yeah, tough stuff, man.
So that might have him fall on some people's boards. So I love Bane was like the reason why Miami's defense was pretty damn good. So I like
no doubt
Bane a lot. I'm loving this right now for the New Orleans Saints, and I see them connecting Chris Olave with another Ohio State product, Carnell Tate. Come on down.
Wouldn't that be something there?
I gotta say, I think we talked about it during the season, but Tyler Shook, whatever you call him,
however you say it,
like he down the stretch, that dude was rookie of the year. He really was. So
I don't know if I'll go that far, but he definitely outplayed what I thought he was going to do for sure.
He was great.
I don't know if he quite showed that he's going to be franchise material, but he definitely did not look he didn't look bad.
The time is not on his side, being that he was 26 last year.
That's another part of it.
He's gotta perform. Boy,
I think Olave is wildly underrated in how good he is. And some of it's been concussions, exactly, and just not being on the field, right? But, man, you put him and Tate together, that's going to be a dangerous 1-2 combo for sure. I like that.
Yeah, go ahead and put in Carnell Tate, my friend.
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
To the Chiefs.
So, I'm going to be real honest with you. This pick from the beginning, I felt like the guy I would want is going to be here, and that's Delane. But I sit here and I look at the board and I see Ruben Bain sitting there. And I think about my history of being able to kind of coach up defensive backs a little bit. And the idea of having Chris Jones on his way out, mentoring a Ruben Bain, pairing that with Karlaftis, I can't pass that up, in all honesty. I think Delane's going to be really good. He's a physical corner.
I hate this so much.
In that AFC West, he would be just a beast out there on islands by himself probably. But I can't. The board falls this way, and what I originally thought I wanted to do is changed. And I would not pass up Ruben Bain at the 9 spot here, pairing that with that defense and that coaching staff and everything else.
And as we know, the Chiefs don't care about legal issues. So
no.
Oh, I hate that so much. I love Ruben Bain.
Yeah, Ruben Bain, Kansas City, come on down. That's a steal there at 9. Thank you, everybody else.
Cincinnati Bengals. Actually, Robert should be announcing the team. Sorry, Robert, I stole your thunder again.
That's all good. The Cincinnati Bengals, Pinky. Who you going with?
I mean, they need defense. I mean, we know they need a lot of defense. I mean, I think you can't go wrong with Caleb Downs or Mansour Delane, like Caleb was mentioning. I think they just stay at home and take Caleb Downs.
He's a really good safety. Like, Pinky, in all honesty, might be the best player in the draft.
Right.
But at a position where a lot of people don't hold it nearly as high, on par with running backs, really, almost at this point. And those might be the two best players in the draft in Downs and Jeremiah Love. So
if I told you,
I mean, is Cincy smart enough to do that? Who knows? But we are, and that would be a huge get for them on the back end of that defense.
If I told you could get Kyle Hamilton at 10, would you run the card in?
Oh, absolutely. Exactly.
So I think Caleb Downs is a similar player to Kyle Hamilton, where he's a chess piece that you can put anywhere on the field to help out, and they need all the help they can get.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all, Pinky. Don't hate that at all.
So then that takes us to the Miami Dolphins, Caleb. What are they going to do after they just imploded?
This is interesting because I think a lot of people think, based on what they've done so far and the fact that seemingly they like Malik Willis as their long-term quarterback, and then they strip down the offense around him as far as his pass catchers. You wonder where this would go.
It's like Caddyshack. Well, we're waiting.
There's a couple options here that for me are really interesting, and I'm very torn. So I'm actually going to kind of, where most of these picks I've kind of got an idea of where I want to go ahead of time. This one I think I'm going to kind of talk myself through with you guys here. The first one is Kenyon Sadiq.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's not a wide receiver, but it is a straight up weapon. Period. End of story. That's it. You want to talk comparables? Vernon Davis and Trey McBride, as far as size, speed, and things of that nature, that he's the underwear Olympic stats, if you will. Dude's going to be special. The other one is there are two Utah offensive linemen here that I don't think you could go wrong with either one. Both bit of dogs, beasts, if you will. And they do have a bit of a running game already. I think Ollie Gordon's going to get a little bit more run this year, and him and A-Chain are really going to see more of a 1-2 backfield that could be pretty dangerous. And if you give them some beasts up front, again, that could be Malik Willis's best friend there, because I believe you can get pass catchers a little later possibly in this draft still. The third option would be wide receiver. And I think that then goes to, how do you feel about Mekhi Lemon and Jordan Tyson? Do you feel either one of them can be a 1? Or are they more like your 2s or 1As? And you really need somebody else there to help elevate them. I really want to take Sadiq. That's really where I'm leaning. But I think I'm gonna go with Fano. I think I'm gonna go with Fano out of Utah. He can play tackle, he can play guard, you can move somebody else inside if you need to. I think beefing that up with an already established run game that you can run behind and really build out from there. It's really hard to pass Sadiq, but I am going to go Fano here for the Dolphins. I think that's a long-term offensive lineman. Maybe not all pro level, but long-term starter, quality starter.
I need to go throw up before I say this freaking team. Anyway, the Dallas Cowgirls, what are they going with this year, Pinky?
I mean, I think this is all coming up roses for the Cowboys.
So they say every year. My whole life.
So
they would be thrilled if this doesn't go the way I'm thinking. I'll be amazed.
Yeah, I mean, they need secondary help. Mansour Delane's on the board. Mansour Delane the Cowgirls run up to the podium and draft Mansour Delane. They're ecstatic about that.
Locking it in.
Locking it in.
The Rams. The worst hometown team ever. Yes.
Kenyon Sadiq. Sadiq.
Okay.
That
was quick.
They have tight ends. They don't have a tight end. They've got wide receivers. I don't know why it's like because Devontae Adams is getting older. Okay, fine. They find wide receivers anywhere they want to. They'll find wide receivers later. They don't have a guy like Kenyon Sadiq. They got running backs that can burn. They got a decent offensive line. You want Stafford to come back for another year? Give this man another legit weapon and toy to put inside that offense with Sean McVay, and just watch this be an insane, fun, hey, fantasy, everybody grab him kind of relevant situation from the very beginning. And I am running to the podium to turn in that card if I'm McVay and Snead and saying F them picks because we got rid of the later one, not the earlier one. Like, we finally used the early first, and this is the guy that you let us get. Shame on all of you. Kenyon Sadiq, come on into LA.
That's a tough one. That's a lot of capital at the tight end spot there. Not saying it's wrong. Just that's a lot of capital.
Baltimore Ravens. The heck are they gonna do and maybe try to get to a Super Bowl? Maybe never.
Well, Baltimore is in a bit of a transition. They are with a new coach. We don't know what to expect. How does what's his name? Jesse, is it Mike Minter or Jesse Minter?
It's Jesse Minter, isn't it?
It's Minter, I know that.
Yeah.
So Minter is a defensive guy, so you would think defense, but I think it's obvious one of the things that the Ravens need is they need to beef up the O-line. So go ahead and give him Vavega Ione. I probably butchered his name. I'm so sorry. Don't beat me up if you see me. But
I do just want to shout out to Cody here with his thought for Sadiq. Rams being nasty. You know, glad we're all on the same page. It's great. Cody, appreciate you watching. All right.
Yeah, that'd be a solid pick for the Ravens, no doubt. No doubt.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What are we going to do here, Caleb?
I mean, they probably could use another wide receiver, right, Pinky?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? It should be the Law and Order theme. Dun, dun.
Oh, my goodness. Would it surprise you if the board fell like this, if they drafted a wide receiver, though? Oh, man.
Yes, it would. Yes,
I really wish I had a soundboard right now.
I think they're really mad that Sadiq didn't make it to them.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I think they would have liked to have had him there for sure. I think I'm gonna fill that defensive. They like having dudes studs on that defensive line, and they are aging a little bit there. Vita Vea would like to have somebody that he could play alongside. I think there is a big boy sitting here that can kind of fill that spot for them, and I don't feel like it'd be reaching at all. A little bit more further down, a little further down, a little further, easy, a little more. You're looking for a Keldrick Folk. A Keldrick Folk is who you're looking for. These are a little bit different ratings here. Goodness gracious. Really?
Hold up.
Is he not there? That seems odd.
How do you spell it?
Falk. Faulk.
Yeah. Oh, right there. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not who I wanted. Cancel that. I don't know why I'm looking at that.
You can't. You drafted them. Kendrick Falk went to the Bucks.
That's not who I wanted. I was looking at that for my next pick and didn't realize it. I was looking ahead. Stupid. I really wanted Peter Woods there, the defensive tackle out of Clemson. That's who I really wanted. Apologies, but screwed that up. Sorry. I was looking at Detroit and giving them somebody to take pressure off of your boy Hutch. My bad.
Sense.
Sorry, I kind of screwed up the draft now. That's all right.
Yeah, you did.
So anyway, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were to draft Falk, Caleb, how would you feel about this? Because that's your pick.
No, I don't like that. Just know Peter Woods is going here and Falk is going to the Lions. But I think Falk had a little bit of an underrated year. I think if he's not asked to be the main dude as the pass rusher, and you can put him on the opposite side or alongside, however you want to look at it, and Aiden Hutchinson finally being what I believe fully healthy off of that nasty leg injury. I think that pass rush could be really nice there in Detroit and have a bit of a rotation and finally be able to take some pressure off that back end and hopefully get the ball to the offense a little bit more. So that's why I was looking at Falk for Detroit, but I guess the same could be said. It's not terrible for Tampa. Tampa is losing some pass rushers. Levante David moving on after a good career. I know he's more of an inside linebacker than a pass rusher, but this wouldn't be a bad pick for Tampa either. It's just not what my mind was. Sorry. Move on. Pinky Jets. Go ahead.
Well,
I'll try to stay on the picks from now on so I don't do that again.
I got a feeling that Aaron Glenn would probably draft another defender here as a defensive coach. But Geno Smith is going to need some help, isn't he?
Possibly. He's supposed to be the savior, according to Aaron Glenn. He's going to take him to the promised land, right?
Besides Garrett Wilson, what are we really even talking about there? And Breece Hall, that's it. So I'm going to say Jordan Tyson from the Arizona State Sun Devils. Come on down.
All right.
Do not say a word, Caleb. There. Now it's fixed.
Perfect. That'll work.
Oh man, I really think they would have gone, tackle there. Just saying.
You're not the GM.
Their O-line is bad. Injuries and retirement.
It's not great. It's not great.
I play a whip sound here.
I said that's who I was looking at, Pinky. That wasn't going to be my pick for them. That's just I was trying to explain why I said the name because I was looking at things that I got too far. I would have put Loma with the Lions. You're right. I like the offensive line pick there, but I screwed up. Now Robert screwed me again. He got ahead.
I didn't screw you. You said it.
I didn't say that's who I was going to pick. I said that was who I was looking at for picking.
Well, you said swap those two.
Doesn't matter.
You said swap.
That's fine. It's cool. Go to the. I don't hate it. I don't hate that pick. It'll work.
I'm just gonna blow this draft up.
All right.
It'll work.
Hold on. I've been following along here.
You guys are moving quickly.
The Minnesota Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings.
We are not moving quickly, Caleb. We are about on pace as we are every year.
No way. We're moving quickly.
We're moving pretty quick. We could probably finish this in an hour.
Why does Robert always get so frustrated with this process?
I'm not frustrated.
Keep going. Hurry up.
You tell me to moderate. I'm moderating. We don't have all the time on the planet. We don't go live anymore for 3 hours.
Right? This is what we were planning on doing. I think we're all right.
All right. So
we're halfway through the draft and we're about to be halfway through the show. That's how I'm that's where I'm putting this at.
All right.
So we're about average.
Are we ready?
Yeah, Vikings.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings on the clock. What are you doing?
Go ahead and take Dylan Thieneman from Oregon. They need a replacement for the hitman Hunter or Harrison Smith. Sorry, the headhunter, as he's been called.
I like that.
It's time. It's time to get his replacement. So he doesn't have much. He didn't got much left in the tank. So Dylan Thieneman, lock it in. There we go. Look at that.
The Carolina Panthers. Who are we going with, Caleb? And don't mess it up.
I feel like the way it's going to work out, because, and this is just how I'm trying to like coin flip between the two. I think Loma goes here because I think Proctor goes to Dallas. Now, I'm not saying that's who Pinky's going to pick, but that's like the way I would see it, because Carolina is going to try to avoid Proctor's having a bit of I don't know if I want to say character issues exactly, but people are starting to question him a little bit. Not quite as high on the draft boards as maybe originally anticipated. And I think Carolina wants to try to avoid any potential draft issues this year as much as possible with some of the things that have happened in the past. And Loma's a safer pick.
Who's Loma?
If you will.
Where's he at?
Out of Utah. Lomu. Offensive tackle.
Okay, yeah, he's way down there.
Everybody's rankings are different, Pinky.
That's true.
So I think
their
him and Proctor are the next
Aaron.
two off the board. I think that's where he falls. So I think they go with the quote unquote safer pick, and Proctor falls a little bit more, if you will.
Okay. Well, Dallas
again,
Robert's favorite team,
threw in my mouth.
Would love for this to happen and CJ Allen be still on the board as he is, and he will be playing in Dallas. Boom.
Mic drop.
That one would surprise me a little bit.
Jamar, how are we going to watch NBA games if we're mock drafting, sir?
I am.
Fair. I could be, but I'm following along on my phone so I can see the players, so I don't get messed up like you, Caleb. So
that's not why I got messed up. I doesn't matter. Yeah, Jamar, I'm watching, man. That Heat Charlotte game was crazy. Heat Hornets game was crazy. Pittsburgh is gonna do something stupid here, right? Like, and by the way, Pinky, I'm surprised Dallas didn't take the corner off the board. But linebacker, definitely a position of need that they could use. So
I mean, they took a corner with their first pick, so they're grabbing something else.
It's fair. It's fair. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to take Caden Proctor here. The offensive line always seems to be a bit of an issue. I don't. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to go Caden Proctor to the Steelers. And I'm going to try to get that offensive line back to its studness of what it used to be and not be a weakness any longer.
Fair enough. So then now the Los Angeles Chargers, Pinky.
I like that.
Hold on, I'm trying to get caught up here. Go scroll up for me. Scroll. There we go. Hold on. Stay right there. I've been doing the picks over here so I can know who's still on the board, and I don't have to have you scroll every time the pick comes up. So just trying to make sure I keep it all right. And I have picked the wrong player a couple times as well, which then makes it where I have to start all over. So there we are. Chargers. Ooh, there's a couple players here. Man. I would say they are going to draft, and I'm biased, Akeem Mesidor, edge rusher out of Miami. Edge doesn't show up as one of their needs, but their best
It
edge
is.
player right now. No, it says wide receiver, guard, defensive line.
Well,
I'm just
just
saying
because
on
we're
this.
using this, you think that's
No,
we can have our own beliefs. It's okay. Don't
I
just go by
know.
what's up there.
I know it's one of their needs. That's why I said draft him.
Well,
Because
then don't say.
they're still relying on
Say it
Khalil
with your
Mack.
chest, my man. Don't worry about what the computer says.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness. This becomes interesting. I think there's a dude on the board that maybe it could be considered a bit of a reach. Maybe. But they've done some additions here where I don't think they're going wide receiver in the first round like I had originally maybe thought they would. I wouldn't be surprised if they move A.J. Brown, though, post that June 1st when that money is completely different. Wouldn't be surprised if he's still on the roster the whole season. But I think this next guy has some potential to be really damn good. A little bit raw, but really damn good. And that's the offensive tackle, Max Ihenaker out of Arizona State. I'm probably butchering that. But this guy could be really good. And the way they develop offensive linemen there and the way they like to play, I think he can slot right in guard or tackle and be a long-term anchor on that team in a dangerous way. So I really like him. Thought about him a little earlier, potentially over some of the other guys, but I think he's a little bit more on the raw side in areas. So that's why I see him going around this area, and I think he's a steal for the Eagles.
All right.
Why does it seem like the Eagles just keep reloading like everywhere, every draft?
I think it would have been a slam dunk for them to take Mekhi Lemon there in preparation of trading A.J. Brown. I feel like it's happening.
Maybe. I almost like Omar Cooper there better, though. So depending on what you're looking at. But I can't pass up what I think are insanely good offensive linemen, especially when that's an area you can use.
Well, they need
it's not like they don't have weapons, right? It's not like they don't have weapons.
They need to prepare for Lane Johnson to be hurt or retire. It's not too far away, so that's not a bad pick. Always try to get them a year early before a year late, right? So the Browns picked a tackle, and so here they will grab Mekhi Lemon because any of their horrible quarterbacks are going to need somebody to throw to. So besides Jerry Jeudy.
Any of their horrible quarterbacks, but he liked Shador last year.
Well, I think there's still some stuff with Shador, but I do not think the Browns will be good enough to pull really good quarterback play from Shador. And again, that dude did the same thing in college. He doesn't know when to run. He doesn't know how to play under pressure. And if you can't play under pressure in the NFL, you're going to get killed. And that was his weakness in college. It's showing up in the pros. Now, when he does have time and he can throw the ball, he still throws one of the prettier balls. But you don't have a lot of time to throw the ball in Cleveland. So there's that.
Well, you can go ahead and give me Caden McDonald for the Chicago Bears. Put a big boy in the middle there who can disrupt the game from the inside, and I'll be very happy.
Done. Big boy selected. He is a bear.
Mm.
Both figuratively and literally.
What do you do here? This gets interesting. I know what I would
What
do here.
will the Billy
But
Boys
what does Pinky do
do?
here?
Oh man, they need a little bit of everything. I do think they still need a lot of defense, and I think I'm gonna follow the big boy trend and give him Caleb Banks from
Caleb
Florida.
Banks.
Interesting.
Boom.
I'm going wide receiver here, Pinky. I'm going wide receiver here.
Can't have that electrical ruining.
I'm debating very much between Omar Cooper Jr. and Denzel Boston. I think Boston's got some traits, but I don't know what it is. But I think Omar Cooper reminds me of Anquan Bolden, and I just can't pass that up. And you put that kind of possession, big time receiver with Brock Purdy, I think that's a match made in heaven. So if you can go ahead and give me Mr. Omar Cooper Jr., please, I would greatly appreciate that.
Omar. Done. Houston Texans.
God, the Texans are so bad. Yeah, I said that, Cody. If he's still listening.
Oof. He's watching hockey right now.
Yeah, he's watching the Ducks lose. Go ahead and give them Blake Miller because their O-line is awful.
Boom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They are very much awful.
The Chiefs.
Boy. You know, I got real lucky and had Bane fall earlier, which is just a wonderful gift. And now I'm looking at,
Cody says no, we're great.
Can I replace that corner? And there's a guy sitting right there on the board that some people say might be the best corner in this draft. And he fell all the way down to us at 29. And I'm going to snatch him up and run to the podium, just like I did that very first pick. And give me Mr. McCoy, and let's keep on moving.
The Dolphins back at it again.
Dolphins on the clock. And the Dolphins need a little bit of everything. And you drafted an O lineman for them with their first pick, right, Caleb? Fano? Omar Cooper, come on down.
That's nice. Too bad I already drafted him for San Francisco.
Yes.
Oh, you did. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, Pinky, pay attention. Keep up with
Denzel Boston, come on down.
There you go.
All right. Ugh. The second team I hate the most. I don't even want to mention their name, but the New England Patriots.
All I got to say, though, is they did make the Super Bowl, although I would really argue that if Bo Nix doesn't get hurt, the Broncos are in the Super Bowl. But the Patriots did make it to the Super Bowl after being one of the worst teams in the league the previous year with a new head coach.
Look,
young quarterback.
I hate doing this. As a fan, I absolutely hate doing this. But as a GM, I think this could be the steal of the first round and just a legit. I think this guy might be better than Sonny Styles, potentially. I'm going to grab Jacob Rodriguez at 31 and put him in the middle of that defense, calling it for the Patriots, being the Mike Vrabel on the field.
Sure. Don't hate that.
I don't know how this guy has fallen as far as he is now on draft boards. I mean, you're talking about a guy who finished, I think it was 5th in Heisman voting last year. A former dual threat quarterback converted to linebacker, the IQ is really high. He understands what offenses are trying to do already. Like, I just think the sky's the limit, and you're going to see an insane career with that guy. And 31 and a position of need. It's not just drafting talent and a position of need. I would say is as gross as it sounds, a steal for the Patriots there at 31.
Yeah, buddy. So the
final
Super
team.
Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks, which we were honorary Seahawks this last season.
Damn straight.
They could go anywhere. I would say running back's a fairly big need, but I don't think they would grab one here. I'll be honest, like some of these teams here at the bottom of this round might be a spot for a team to come back and get Ty Simpson if they believe, Ty Simpson's that guy. But it's not a need on there, but I do think it is a need. And I would say, and I really like this guy. And if it wasn't for I think he had a blown ACL earlier. I would take Chris Bell at 32.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp's not getting any younger, and he doesn't seem to have a whole lot of tread left on the wheels. And I think Chris Bell is a playmaker.
Oh, what the heck just happened?
We've earned an award, and they are grading our draft.
Great.
So let's scroll down.
That's interesting. There are some other wide receivers on the board there. Casey Concepcion comes to mind as another one, but I like that as just a straight weapon potentially. Very interesting.
If Bell had not, I think he hurt his knee. If that had not happened, I think he would be possibly the top wide receiver drafted over Tate. Because that dude with the ball in his hands was a playmaker. And that's what the NFL is about. Now that you get the ball at like the 35, it's all about a playmaker.
Sure.
Thank you, Texans Takeover. Appreciate you. I root for the Texans since I got to meet CJ Stroud. I've been sad about how they've basically not protected him. And the only way
if
that
they
guy
don't go offensive linemen, I don't.
If they don't go offensive linemen like with their first 3 picks, I really don't know what they're doing at this point.
Just crazy.
Because I think they traded O-linemen this year too. So they didn't even their depth on their O-line is fairly weak at this point. So I don't care how good your defense is. If you can't protect your quarterback and keep you in the game, you're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. Isn't that what we're trying to go for, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
We'll see. So
yeah, Texas take it over. From what I'm hearing, I would not be surprised. It would not surprise me at all if Caden Proctor fell to that range, and that could be keep an eye on him being potential at that back end of the first half. So you might get a quality offensive lineman there. I'm never going to say his name right. The guy from Arizona State could also be a pick there for you guys. Both could be steals. Those might be the 2 best tackles in this year's draft, potentially. Very similar to, was it Simmons last year that fell all the way to the Chiefs? And talent-wise, there was some saying he might be the best tackle. So there's a couple guys that could fall down to the Houston Texans there later on that if they're smart enough to grab, they could. I think this draft's going to be real interesting, Pinky, because I could see a bunch of trades with just like very little movement, just because guys are kind of jump over some guys to get picks. I could see no movement at all. I could see straight chalk. I could see 7 to 8 guys that are deemed as reaches that people didn't have first round grades on that go in the first round. This draft, I'm having a hard time figuring out what's going to happen this year.
I have a feeling that some teams will be willing to give up some of their draft capital late in the draft to move up, because most people don't feel like this is a very deep draft to begin with. So I think you could see a good amount of movement because they're going to be like, what are we going to do with these guys that we maybe don't make our team, right? So
Texans, I'll tell you, I think we paid a little too much for Waddle. I don't think he's that kind of dude, and I would
disagree.
have taken Jacob Rodriguez actually as the Broncos with where they were picking.
I disagree. Jalen Waddle is going to be the number one. He's for a first and a third. It's more than fair value. And I still think the best of Jalen Waddle is to come. That was a shit show in Miami. The last 2 seasons have been a shit show down there. So I still think there's a lot more that we can get out of him. So for the Broncos at 62, I mean, I'm all in on Eli Stowers, tight end, and Jadarian Price at running back. If Jadarian Price, or I'm really fond. I've watched him. My guy's a Nebraska fan, so he's a little biased. But Emmett Johnson is actually a really good back that I think would be a good back to spell J.K. Dobbins and then also take over when J.K. Dobbins gets hurt. So Jadarian Price, Emmett Johnson. It's running back or tight end for me now that, Jacob Rodriguez is probably out of the running at 62. Probably would have to move up for him. So those are my guys. What do you got, What do you got, Texas take over? And Cody, come at me, bro. Trying to move number 7. Let's go. Trying to move first round pick number 7. I got some offers on the table. Let me know.
I thought I came in pretty strong, Cody, and he didn't blink. So I'm not gonna get anything I was hoping for.
I didn't see an offer.
Oh, I definitely put 2 names on the board.
Oh yeah, I don't want no. I'm good there. I think depending on who you put up, I was like, no, that's all right. Yo, no, that's right. You offered Laporta, and I don't. Man, the Lions couldn't use Hawkinson, and now somehow they've made Laporta look average as well. So I don't. Yeah.
Who's their OC though coming in?
Who knows? I don't know.
The guy who was the OC for Arizona last year, Trey McBride.
Yeah, but Trey McBride, there was nobody else there, and that's a whole different thing. There was nobody to throw to in Arizona.
Just saying. It's not like I put trash on the board. You're acting like
I didn't say that. It's just I'm not sure I'm into that. Who's the other guy? Because I don't remember.
Scat.
Yeah, no, I don't want a dude who runs into a brick wall and then says, "Thank you, I'll have another."
Well, I mean, that was a starting offer. You didn't come back with anything. There's not much I can do after that point.
Mike Washington, that's not bad either. Mike Washington's fast as hell. But yeah, we do need a replacement for John Franklin Myers. I think we want Savion Jones to be that guy, but who knows?
Washington's very interesting, but if you go that route as the Broncos, to me, you are saying we made a huge mistake with our draft last year.
Yeah, I don't think they do that, but I do think the Broncos, most likely the Broncos trade out of 62.
Pinky, I'm going to stop sharing.
An extra third round. Yeah, you're good. That's where I think the Broncos will want another third round pick. And
we need a photo of that, Robert. You didn't close it.
I already sent it to Pink. I already sent it. We're good. We're good. This ain't amateur hour.
Oh.
It's my fucking junior year, homie.
I don't think it is. You're an amateur. Just, we get ahead of ourselves sometimes.
So I will say, boys, I am a little sad that I will be doing this at the first round of the draft. I'll be watching on a tablet on my flight to Pittsburgh. So,
yeah, it's unfortunate. I wanted to ask you guys before we close that down, but if the boards fell that way, what would you say would be the best pick of that first round?
Don't ask me.
Like the best fit or the best pick?
Just like, damn, wasn't expecting that. That's going to be really good. Or the best fit where it's like, that's natural. That'll work.
I would hate Ruben Bain to the Chiefs so much.
Unfortunately, I was trying to think of one of yours, but the two that really popped to me was Bain because it fell there, and then Sadiq with the Rams. I think both would just be disgusting if you're not fans of
I
those
think
teams for everybody else.
I think the Chiefs would consider Carnell Tate at 9 if he got there, but he didn't in this draft. But
You think so? You think they would consider him there at 9?
I think so. Although Ruben Bain makes the most sense for the Chiefs because Chris Jones is not the dominating force he was.
I think it'd be hard to pass on Delane there if you've got, man, if you had Tate, Bain, and Delane all sitting there for the Chiefs, that'd just be, everybody would be upset except for Chiefs fans because they're gonna get a stud basically no matter what they did in that situation.
Bain's probably the best pick overall. I do think Bailey to Washington.
That's a good fit. Yeah.
Because I think Arvell Reese, Bailey.
You can keep talking about my picks. I got this.
Could be
people.
Interchangeable.
We'll take care of you.
Interchangeable players. Now,
but knowing your issues and cursing, it's not going to happen for anybody.
Yeah, seriously, right?
I do think Washington would really, really consider Love at 7 if he made it to 7, because they don't have running backs.
I think that would be a major consideration if he fell to 7 there for sure.
Yeah, buddy. So draft day is upon us. I'm excited. Pittsburgh should be fun. I'll try to get it some more videos while I'm out there in Pittsburgh wearing my Broncos gear. My son will be wearing his Browns gear. And we're going with 2 Pittsburgh fans. So should be a good time. I can't wait to try that sandwich, Caleb. I can't wait, buddy. I've been dreaming about it. Primanti, I think it is.
Primanti's, something like that.
Dude, yeah. I'm just excited to try some good Cuban food.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah. So, Robert, I think you were there when we were talking about Caleb. I don't know if you had left yet. It sounds like our football trip this year will be Dallas or as a backup, Houston is what we're planning this year. Because it's
already been to Dallas.
I've been to Dallas. My wife and Andy have not seen a game, and Robert hasn't, of course. So they haven't gone.
Well, Houston, I mean, I'm probably likely to be making it this year. Some to none. The year after is probably where it starts becoming a reality. But if it worked, I got a real good buddy in Houston that could put us where we need to go. But since I'm not probably coming, don't plan on that. Dallas is a pretty cool city. I was down there for a buddy's wedding.
Yeah. Oof.
And my buddy got married at the Dallas, I can't remember, it's Arboretum or Arbitorium. I can't remember which word it goes with. But it is like this giant lake just outside downtown Dallas that is this outdoor garden, basically, all the way around it on one side. And then on the other side of the lake are these old school plantation-style homes where it's like those big, huge white pillars and ornate kind of decoration on the outside. And like that on one side as you look across it, with the other side being like these gardens that you can just walk through. That was super cool thing. I would highly recommend checking that out if you go to Dallas. And then food is really good in either Dallas or Houston.
So Texans take over. Let me explain a little bit of what we do. We started it a couple years ago with my best friend, Andy. We try to go to a different football stadium every year, and we will go to root for the home team. So we get jerseys and we go out there a couple days early. We experience the town, the food, the people. We have a good time. We went to a Seahawks game this last year. As you can see, Robert's got a badass hoodie from Seattle. We got our jerseys on. We got our faces painted. We had a blast. We saw the Seahawks whoop the shit out of the Cardinals. It was great.
We don't hide our bias. We're for any of our sports fandom. Right. We never try to hide our bias. We just try to be as objective as we possibly can when we're talking about our own teams, regardless of what sport it is. But we are also very much so fans of the game. whatever sport you're talking about. We are fans of the game. It's why we like talking about everything and not just our team in that sport. So basically what Pinky does, and he's done this for many years of collecting jerseys of guys he likes on different teams because he just loves the game so much. They upped it and they started going to and taking in the weekend as a home fan so that they could truly experience what those cities, what those stadiums, what those fan bases have to offer. And they've had some cool stories, some cool experiences. I very much look forward to eventually being able to be part of those trips and the draft as well. Obviously, finally getting to come. So we'll see what happens.
Dallas or Houston is based on convenience.
Makes
Very
sense.
quick and easy to get there. There's direct flights out of Colorado Springs. And then Dallas, particularly, they do have standing room tickets. They're about $100 a piece. So it keeps the price down for the tickets. So that's a pretty good list.
Pinky, we like to connect with people, right?
And I already have places to stay in Houston, so I'm all good to go if we do that. No
Houston,
expenses.
Texans takeover. Give us, obviously, I think you said you gave us
That's not how the trip works, Robert. You don't go stay with someone else.
But listen, hang on, Pinky. Shit. Hey, Texans takeover. Give us a follow on the socials. YouTube, Facebook, we're big on those for the most part, and the talk. Give us a follow. Reach out to Pinky. They'll come to Houston. Show them a good barbecue place to go to. Meet up and go to the game with them. Why not? You got season tickets. You're already going to be there. We like meeting up with people. Pinky is a people person. It's how, I mean, look, Pinky, how else did we meet Ron? Because you randomly decided to talk to some dude about wrestling. So, Texas Takeover. Hit this man up. We'll come visit Houston. They'll come visit Houston. Get this man some delicious barbecue and have a good time. I promise that dude's a good time. We got anything else? We want to cut it a little early tonight. Robert, did you want to mention some nonsense? We got a couple minutes here if you really need it.
I need like 45 minutes to an hour at this point with everything that's happening. They just released like the first 15 minutes of Dune Part 3 at CinemaCon, and I was reading some of the description and I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, no, there's so much to cover right now. And I really despise.
If you're not watching Maul, go watch Maul. If you're not watching Maul, go watch Maul. I felt like I did a pretty good job describing what it is earlier. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Dark undertones, detective noir kind of feel as the story plot
with
line.
a criminal syndicate underlying.
Just amazing. Maul is great.
It's so good.
If you haven't watched The Boys, go start now. If you're not
I'm literally about to start as soon as this podcast ends.
If you didn't watch Gen B, go watch Gen B because it's definitely going to be a part of season 5.
I can't. That ending though, I'm like, all right, season 5, here we come. I'm gonna start it as soon as this is over. I'm TV time.
Yeah, wait till you watch episode 1. I'm gonna get a bunch of messages all of a sudden.
Sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun season. All right, cool. Pinky, final thoughts, good sir.
I'd be remiss if I didn't remind everybody. It's WrestleMania week, boys.
Which actually, yes.
Which I won't get to watch until late at night every night.
If we're gonna show off our things.
I thought he was gonna pull out the mini belt. Instead, he pulls out the mini mask. That mask is sick, though.
This is. I cannot wait to put my lightsaber that I build next week, a week from today, underneath. Like So this is. This is probably one of my favorite things I have of Star Wars.
And regardless of what you say for the rest of time, and I know it's wrong, and I knew it was wrong when I wrote it, but I couldn't think of anything else I was trying to say. That's now your Maul hentai mask, so enjoy.
It is not, my good sir. There are no tentacles on this at all. Ain't no way.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of good sports going on. I'm going to tell you right now, we didn't run through any of the NBA playoffs that's going on right now, but basically, more props to the play-in games. That was a nice little game between Miami and Charlotte. It doesn't matter. The top 4 seeds are going to win the first round. And then we'll discuss from there, and I'll talk next Tuesday in more depth. Top 4 seeds in each conference are going through. It's going to be chalk this year.
That's how it's going to go.
On that note, you got those lovely moments to spend with your family, loved ones, friends, inner circle, whoever you consider that to be, whether it's blood or not. Cherish those moments. Take advantage of them. These two aren't going to even be here with me next week because they got better things to do with that inner circle. And more power to them because that's how we truly feel. You want to jump in next week? You want to talk some stuff? You got ideas, topics, discussions, debates? Bring it. Otherwise, it's going to be, I'm going to wax poetically to myself unless our buddy can join. So that being said, appreciate everybody. Cannot thank everybody enough. Like, follow, share, support in any way you can. It is appreciated more than you will ever know. Next week. Peace.
Pinky in the building, reppin' orange and blue. Broncos country, yeah, you know how we do. Hot take so wild, you remember the name. From college ball to the pros, Caleb spitting game. Robert here, the pop culture plug. From comics to racing, pour the drink in the mug. Sports, nonsense and whiskey, yeah, bold talk. Good laughs and a glass in the air. Sports, nonsense and whiskey, right? Kick back, tune in, take a wild side stride.